All right, class. Today is lessons on parabola, which is day 2, and we're going to talk about sideway parabolas. And so let me do a little background on this. View, zoom. Let's go to 150. So you're used to a parabola looks like this. You know, where it opens upward or downward. And the equation in vertex form is y is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. Right? And when we write it in general form, we just minus k on both sides, and that gives me y minus k is equal to a times x minus h squared. And then, you know, before we use, since we're working with directrix and focus, I can replace the a with 1 over 4p, so y minus k is equal to 1 over 4p times x minus h squared. Good? Now, sideway parabolas now. What does it look like? Well, let's see. Well, it's going to look something like this, where the graph opens on the side. It opens to the right or left. And so, the equation now, all we're going to do is the y is going to be squared this time. So on this graph right here, the x is squared. However, for a sideway parabola now, the y is squared, and so it's going to look. So we're going to have now. I'm going to have y minus k squared. Right, times a, and that's going to be equal to x minus h. Which it looks very similar to this, right? Very similar to this equation. Now, if I add h to both sides, I'm going to add h to both sides, and so now it's going to look like. Before I add h, let's flip this around. X minus h is equal to a times y minus k squared. Let's do that. K squared. I'm not sure why this on black and it's giving me ink, right? K squared. All right. Okay. And now let's add h to both sides. Now, if I add h to both sides, that can give me x is equal to a times y minus k squared plus h. Okay. And so you see the difference now. You see the difference. Let's look at this equation here and the first one over here. Where this is y equals to, because the graph opens up or down. When it opens on the side, it's x equals, and the y is squared. And if I replace a with, since we're dealing with focus and directrix, if I replace a with 4p, that gives me x is equal to 1 over 4p times y minus k squared plus h. Good. Again, guys, I'm writing in black ink, but for some reason it's giving me red. Okay, good. So let's go back now and try some examples. Here it asks you draw sideway parabolas and show where the vertex, focus, and directrix is going to be. And so we can do that really quick. You can pause the video and try it on your own and come back and check it. So that's my XY axis. My sideway parabola is, let's say that's it right there. Now my directrix, right, is going to be on the left or the back side or behind the graph, however you want to call it. That's my directrix. My focus now, excuse me, is going to be somewhere on there. And this is my vertex, right there. That's my vertex. All right. And then my p-value now. Remember, the p-value is the distance, let's go green, from the vertex to the focus. And that's p right there, and that's p right there. Okay. All right, let's try some examples. Let's see. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's go to view, zoom, let's go to 200. X equals -3 is a directrix, so let's draw that. X equals -3, that's going to put me on this line. Good. And the focus now is 3, 0. And 3 comma 0 is going to be, let's go red right here. That's my focus. And so my vertex now is going to be halfway between the directrix and the focus, right? So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So halfway is right there. That's my vertex right there. So we know now from there, we're going to piece 3, right? That's half this, half of 6 is 3. So my P is 3, 2P is going to be 6, and 4P is going to be 12. So this is my focal width. So I'm going to fill this in. 4P is 12, that's my focal width. My vertex is 0, 0. And let's plot where, let's call 2P equals 6 on the axis, on the graph. So this is my focus now, 6 units above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason why I do 1, 2, 3, 4, the reason I do 2, 6 is to help me sketch the graph. Because I know the graph's going to pass through this point. 6 units below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's right there. And so you know the graph now is going to go through the vertex through that point, and then to the, something like that. Okay? And so the equation now is going to be, so remember the equation is going to be, let's see, x is equal to 1 over 4p y minus k. All right, so let's go back and write that now. So x is going to equal to 1 over 4p times y minus k squared plus h. Let's plug in those values now. So x is equal to 1 over 4p. We know 4p is 12, right? So that's 1 over 12 times y. My k is 0. That's my h. That's my k. That's my k. So y minus 0 plus h, which is squared plus 0. Now remember, we don't write y minus 0, and we don't write plus 0. So to clean this up now, I'm going to write y is equal to 1 over 12. This gives me y squared. Again, we're going to write plus 0, and we're going to write y minus 0. Good? And notice, this is very similar to the one we did last Friday, just that we put things around. Okay, let's try another one. Again, x equals 2 is my vertex. Which is going to put me x equals 2. Let's go over here. Right there. And then my vertex is negative 2, 0. I'm sorry, x, negative 2, 0 is my vertex. I mean my focus. Right there. And then let's see what p value is going to be now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So alpha 4 is 2, so p is 2. And so my vertex is going to be at, my vertex is going to be right here in the center. And so let's, so 2p now. 2p, oops. 2p is going to equal to 4, and 4p is going to equal to 8. So let's see where 2p is going to be now. 4 units, find my focus, which is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the graph's going to go through. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what that's going to go to. So notice that the graph's going to open on the left side, right? And so if I graph this now, the graph's going to open on the left side, that way. Good. And so vertex is 0, again, vertex is 0, 0. Vertex is 0, 0. Focal width is 8. And so my equation now is going to be x is equal to 1 over 4p, which is 8, times x minus h, right? Well, my h is 0, remember? So in fact, let me just write this out so you can see this now. So x minus h is my k. X minus 0 squared plus my k value, x minus, I'm sorry, y minus k, which is 0, plus my h. And so, again, plus 0. So remember now, we don't write plus 0, and we don't write y minus 0, so this becomes x is equal to 1 over 8 y squared. All right. Good. Oh, one more thing now. The graph opens on the left side, so therefore my a value is going to be negative. Almost forgot a piece right there. So that's my answer. Good. All right, let's try another one. Okay. Focus 5, negative 1. Let's see what that's going to be. 5, negative 1. 5, that's right there. That's my focus. And my derivative is x equals negative 3. Negative 3 is right here. Right there. Let's cut my p-value now. So let's see. We have 1. Oops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's an odd number, right? What's it? 5, negative 1? Oh, I'm in 6. 5, negative 1's right here. Come on. Nice little dot. Okay. So let's cut my distance now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. So therefore, 8 is 4. So my p is equal to 4. And so if I put in my vertex now, 1, 2, 3, 4. My vertex is going to be right there. That's my vertex. Put it blue. All right. So 2p now is going to be 8, and 4p is going to be 16. So that's my focal width. 4p is equal to 16. My vertex now is going to be, let's see, that's 1, negative 1. So my vertex is 1, negative 1. All right. Good. And so let's put in my 2p on the graph. That's 8 units above the focus. And so 8 units above, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, that's where my graph is going to go through. And so let's draw my graph now. Through the vertex, up, and good. Just like that. All right, so the equation now is going to be, so remember the equation format is x is equal to 1 over 4p. I'm not sure why. X is equal to 1 over 4p, parentheses, y minus k squared plus h. All right, so that's going to give me 1 over 4p is 1 over 16. And the graph opens to the right, so that's going to be positive, parentheses, y minus k. Well, k is negative 1, right? That's my h, that's my k. It's negative 1, so therefore it's going to be plus 1 here, square, and my h is positive 1. Okay, so that's x. It says equivalent equations. I guess we can minus 1 on both sides, and that gives me x minus 1 is equal to 1 over 16 times y plus 1 squared. All right? So I find minus 1 on both sides. That's the equivalent equation. Good. All right. Okay, let's try number 4. Negative 1, focus is negative 1. That's right here. That's my focus, and my direction x equals 5, which is this line right here. A little bit off. Let's see. Trying to draw a straight line. Freehanded. Okay, that's correct. Yeah. -1, -1. Okay, good. And so my vertex now. Let's find my distance. So I get my p-value. Sorry, I'll cough right now. Okay, so I get my p-value, and so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that correct? -1, 1 is right here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6, right? After 6 is 3, so my p is equal to 3. And so my vertex now is going to be at 3, 1, 2, 3. So my vertex is right here. A different color. Let's go with blue. All right. Come on, blue. So that's my vertex right here. Good. All right. What else? 2p now is going to equal to 6, and 4p is going to equal to 12. That's my focal width. 4p is equal to 12. Vertex is going to be 2, -1. 2, -1 is the vertex. And this, I have my 2p in the graph. That's 6 units above the focus. 2p. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and so let's graph this now. Okay, I think I put this in the wrong spot. This should be over here. It should be above my. It should be above my focus. I put it above my vertex. Sorry about that. That should be right here, not here. Okay, remember, we put us 2 p-values above and below the focus. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, let's draw this graph now. Whew. Through the vertex, through the 2p. Graph looks like that. And the equation now is x is equal to 1 over 4p. 4p is 12 times y minus my k. My k is -1, or this is my h, that's my k. That's going to be +1 squared plus my h, which is 2. All right, and remember it opens to the left, so this becomes negative. Okay. All right, so this one on. Now we're going backwards now. You're given the equation you asked to sketch the graph, and so we've got to find our vertex. Now, to be on the safe side, you're not going to do this. Just add 3 on both sides, and then you will see your vertex much clearer. So that's going to give me now, if I do that, it gives me x is equal to 1 over 8 times y plus 2 squared plus 3. Now you can see the vertex clearer, right? So my h and k, this is my h, that's my k. But the k now, you got to put the sign. So my vertex now is going to be 3, -2. That's my vertex. And so let's find out the graph. 3, -2. 1, 2, 3, -2. So that's my vertex. And so I got to find my focus now. To do that, I got to find p first. But we know that 4p is equal to 8. Okay, this is my 4p value, my focal width. So p is going to equal to divide both sides by 4. That gives me 2. All right. So 2 units to the right. Well, the graph. First of all, the graph. This is positive, so I know the graph's going to open in that direction. Right? Because my 1 over 8 is positive. 8 value is positive. So therefore, my direction is going to be on the left side. So P is equal to 2. So 1, 2, that's where my, that is where my direction is going to be. Come 2 units. So my directrix is going to be right there. It's 2 units below. Sorry about that. It's 2 units below, to the left of the vertex, and my focus now is going to be 2 units to the right of the vertex. So 1, 2. So this is going to be my focus right here. And 2P is going to be 4. So that kind of 4 units above the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where the graph's going to go through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. And so now, if I sketch the graph, it goes to the vertex, through that point, and through their point. All right. Okay, let's answer this question. Axis symmetry is, now in this case, now the axis symmetry is going to be a y value, right, through the vertex. So it's going to be the k value. So in this case now, the axis symmetry is going to be y is equal to the k value. Right, because this is the axis symmetry. It's a line that split the graph in half, and that goes to y equals -2. Opening, right, focal width, 8. Find P, we found that as 2. The focus is at 5, -2. And directrix is at x is equal to 1. All right. And then last one, again, let's add 5 to both sides so we can see clearly what my vertex is going to be. So we're going to have x minus 5 is equal to -116, y plus 2 squared plus 5. All right, so my vertex now is going to be 5. Let's do 5. Remember now, I got to flip the sign here. It's a +2. That becomes -2. So that's my vertex. All right, and my axis symmetry is just going to be y equals to -2. Okay. Now the graph is, my A value is negative right here, so you know the graph's going to open to the left. All right, 5 -2 is going to be 5 -2. That's going to be right there. So that is going to be my vertex. My P value is going to be, well, we know 4P is equal to 16 divided by 4. P is equal to 4. And 2P is equal to 8. So P is 4, so my direction now is going to be to the right of the vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my directions right there. And my focus now is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my focus right there. Okay, 2P now, 8 units above and below the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where the graph's going to go through when I sketch it. And let's do that now. Okay, through the vertex. It's going to go, and then through that point. Good. And so opening is to the left. Focal width is 16. That's 4P. Find P. We found that as 4. my focus is at 1, -2, and my direction is that x is equal to 9. And what else? I think that's it. All right, guys. Sorry about that. That's it for today's class.